Morning guys, welcome back to the cave. Doing something fairly simple today. It's just going to be a coloured dish. Again, I've got a piece of sycamore on the lathe. It's around about 12 inches diameter by about 2 inches deep. It's got some very nice ripple in here. So I think I'm going to title this one, what's it going to be titled? Tiger Bull. Yeah, title this one Tiger Bull. So I'll just get the camera set up and then we'll come back and get some turning done. Alright, so here we are. I've got the lathe running at just under 1500. I'm just going to get the bottom straightened off. Get a bit of vibration there, so I'm just going to turn that down. That's it. Still got a bit to take off here. I'll just do some push cuts. That's grand, that's nicely cleaned off. I don't know if you can see it very well, you probably can't because of the light, but there's some lovely ripple on either side here. Right, I'm just going to measure out for where I want the foot. I want to have the foot around about there. I'm just going to go in from there and then I'll start preparing for the mortise. Just going to use a smaller gouge just to start off the mortise. Right, that's the finished shape on the bottom done. So what I'll do now, I'll get it sanded up, ready for finish, and then we'll come back when we start doing the finishing. Right, so it's been sanded down to 240. It's had one coat of acrylic sanding seal put on there, and now I'm going to apply the Yorkshire grit. This is a wood turner's abrasive paste made up of wax, mineral oil and an abrasive compound, and basically it cuts down on doing any fine sanding. So you only need to sand to 240 using this. Apply it with the lathe stationary and start to rub it in. And then with the lathe running, I'm going to turn the lathe speed down. You basically start to work it in. And what happens is, as you work it in, the abrasive in the paste becomes finer and finer and finer, and it's all part of the sanding process. Move on to a clean part of the paper and just keep on buffing it in or rubbing it in, and you keep on doing this until your paper comes away clean. Turn the speed up a bit. And then we can put a finish on. And the finish I'm using is microcrystalline wax. It's good if the piece is going to be handled a lot, because it does resist fingerprints once it's all dried and buffed up. And that's the bottom done. I'll just quickly get that turned round. See how well that's centered. That's fine. So on the top, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the top flattened off. bit of tear out here, but I'm not overly concerned about that because I'll probably turn that away when I do the dish part. Turn the dust extractor off. Just clean that edge up a wee bit. Now again, I don't think you can see it very well, but there's some lovely ripple going on here, and this is what's going to be the tiger striping. So it's been sanded to 400, it hasn't had any sand and sealer or anything on. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to be using my airbrush. I'm using Hampshire Sheen Intrinsic colours, and I'm going to put a base coat of black on. And you'll actually be quite surprised, because once I've put it on and it's dried, I'm going to sand a lot of it back off again. You can, excuse me, you can let this dry naturally, but I'm just going to use a hot air gun just to dry the stain off. That's nicely dried. Now I'm going to come back with the 400 grit again and take the majority of that black back off. See what that looks like. Take a wee bit more off. Grand. I'm not too concerned about this bit here because that's going to get turned out. And now I'm going to come in with a flame colour. Just very light coating I'm going to put on here. And now I'm going to come in with some honey. I'm going to sand that back again. And what I'm doing here is just building up the colour. Excuse me. Going to apply some cellulose sand and sealer, just a very light coat. I'll let that dry and then we'll come back and put a finish on. So I'll just switch off the video for the moment. Right, the sand and sealer's dry. I've just knocked it back with a very fine Scotch Brite pad. I haven't put any finish on yet. I'm going to wait until I've actually dished this out before I put the finish on. Turn that up. Now for the finish, I'm just going to do the same on the inside as I did on the outside. So I'll just get that sanded up, I'll get a finish on, and then we'll come back and look at the completed piece. Alright then guys, that's it done. The dish part of it sanded to 240, coat of sand and sealer, Yorkshire grit, and then microcrystalline wax. And the rim of the platter I've done with microcrystalline as well. I'll see if I can show you this. It might get a lot of flicker from the lights, but that's it. You can see the tiger stripe in there, and at the bottom there. I'll take it in the house, get some photos done, stick them up. I'll get the video edited. I don't tend to do a lot of editing, and get that up. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe. Hit the notifications button so you can see when I'm next putting a video up. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye for now.